Welcome back to the Workbench, and we're continuing our work on the 1995 Monogram model kit of the Dale Earnhardt number 3 Goodwrench car. And we've pretty much got a car going here. We've got a full chassis that we've made, I guess, post-race. I guess it looks kind of post-race. I might add a little more dirt in there. But then I also, in between episodes, I went ahead and painted the body. I've also slid it on top of the chassis, just checking fitment. Now, we had talked about what the idea is to make this, so just to back up a little bit. So this is a kit I bought a long time ago. If you're new to the series, I bought this kit years and years and years ago. And I just now opened it just a week ago, and it's incomplete. It doesn't have the wheels and tires. So the thought was to make just a post-race garage type scene out of it where it's sitting on jack stands, no wheels and tires. And then last episode, by the way, if you missed any of the episodes, you can go back to the playlist, get caught up. But last episode, we realized that this body's got a pretty good flex to it. I don't know if you guys can see. It's probably hard for you to see. Let me try and show you again. It is way lower on, well, the body's higher on this side than this side. I know this chassis is very square because all of the cage, we got all the cage nicely lined up. Now, it could have a flex in it too. I don't know. But to me, it seemed very square. I think this body, but it seems to me, and when we were putting on the trunk lid also, it came across as very flexed. So the thought was, what if we just take it, since it's kind of, the body's not great anyways, what if we made this look like it was like it had taken a dive into the infield, and you know, it bends up the front end and gets dirt and grime and all that in it, which I think would be a cool idea. And then I went and painted the body with the Tamiya black spray paint, and it came out really good. Like, it looks really good. At least I think it looks really good. I hope it you can tell on YouTube how well it actually came out. And so now I'm hesitant. Like, I don't know if I want to tear up the body. So what I thought I would do is I'm going to let both of this episode and last episode go up, and I'm going to check the comments and see what you guys want to do. So do you still, I mean, to me, it looks really good. We can still just kind of do a post-race kind of car with it, and the body looks pretty good. Or do you still want to do kind of that infield, that car that dove in the infield, you know, buried the nose in the dirt kind of look, you know, fill it up with sod and dirt and grime and grass and whatnot? Let me know. Let me know down in the comments. I'm going to check the comments. We can always come back to this, to the body, and do that if we want. So let me know in the comments. I'm going to check the comments, see what you guys want to do, and we'll do what you want. That's what this channel is really for. I want to hear from you guys. I want your input on these things. So let me know, and we'll look at that. But I think what we're going to do today is we need to finish out the body. So let me go ahead and get the chassis out, if I can, very carefully, without break anything off. I hate pulling these chassis in and out. I always feel like I don't know the best way to do it, because you got to spread the doors, the rocker panels. Okay, nothing come off, please. Okay, I think I got it. Good. Yeah, anyways, here is the chassis, the finished chassis, which I think looks pretty good. And I think this looks pretty good. I think I'm going to do a little bit more work. I don't know. I think it looks good like it is. I was thinking about adding a little bit of metal showing through, so you can use some rub and buff, like on maybe these leading edges. But I don't know if that would really, you don't scrape the chassis in a NASCAR that much. I don't think you do, at least. Do they scrape the chassis like an F1 car or an Indy car, where they have skid plates where they're constantly throwing sparks out the back? But I don't know. I have to look into that, because then there would be some scrape marks. Anyways, I'll take care of that. But what we need to do today, finish up this body. I have a bunch of glass that needs to be done or installed, but we've got to paint all the trims. So all these trims need to be black, and these bars across the glass needs to be black. So I think I don't want to spend 45 minutes watching paint dry. So I'll actually do all that in between episodes. Yeah, I'll do that in between episodes, and I'll go ahead and just install the glass. I mean, it all fits real nice. Well, should fit better than that. It just, not much to it, but I need to paint them out first. So I'll do that in between episodes. What I thought we would do today, which could be kind of fun or it could be exceptionally boring, I don't know, you guys let me know, is we need to get the decals on. I want to go ahead and put the decals on, and if we do still decide to bang up the front of this, I think it'd be better to go ahead and have the decals on, because all this is going to get destroyed anyways from the act of diving into the infield. It would get all scraped up, and so I think having the decals on at the time of doing that would be beneficial. I hope that makes sense. I think, but point being is we got to get these decals, which are on the verge of going bad. You can see how yellow this has become. It was not this yellow before. Let me see. Let me reach down here and show you. I have this was about the same. In fact, this kit's actually older, if you can believe. This kit is from 91. It was sealed when I got it. I opened it, and I can show you. Let's see if I can get this thing open. This is more what the decal sheet should look like, that baby blue kind of color. I'm pretty sure that's what color this one should be also. But with age, and I think that's from heat, and I think that's also why our chassis and body and all that stuff has got a twist in it and done some flexing. Let me get this out of the way. That heat also has affected these. Now, I've already placed a couple, you can see back there on, I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to see if I make sure you guys can see it. Back there on the seat, I've got a decal, and then the one on the dashboard here too, if you can see that one. So I know they actually still work, but when I was doing them, they were not great. So let's do these, and I'm going to keep this video a little shorter. I don't want 45 minutes of decal placing. That's going to get pretty old for you guys, but let's see what we can get done and see how these look. And let's start with something small. In fact, what did I do with here we go. I put us together a little bowl of water. Oh, something I want to mention. I think I mentioned this before on a previous series I did, and I don't know if it matters, but I have an RODI system that I use for water for my fish tank. So it's very, very filtered water. It's basically just H2O. It takes all particulate out of it. I use that for my decals. I don't know if it matters, but I figured, there's a lot of stuff in tap water, a lot of different elements and chemicals and whatever. I don't know if it matters, but I do. I use some RODI water. So just, let me know. Does it really matter? But I figured it couldn't hurt. So let's go ahead and try to put some of these together. Let's start with something small just to see how these decals are going to work. So let's do the headlights first. And I got some scissors here. In fact, we'll just kind of load up. I think what we'll do, this one goes. I think I'll just kind of load up the water bucket over here. I guess that's what it is, the bowl of water. And we'll get some decals going so we can keep kind of moving forward with this. I don't want to be waiting on these water slides in here. But let me go ahead and cut these loose. Let's see. What is this? What is K? Where does that little number 3 go? Oh, those go on the back. Let's go ahead and do those two. There should be 2 of them. Where's the other? Oh, there it is. So I'm going to go ahead and cut both of those out also. These little number 3s right there. We'll go ahead and get those going. Those go on the back. Can you guys see where I'm pointing? Probably not. They're here and here on the back. And I figured we'd start with these smaller ones just to see a little bit more how this decal sheet is held up. Flip over for me. I want to be able to see the decal on there. All right. And then we have another number 3 right here. Okay, let's drop that in. What else do we have on the front and back? I think we just get, what is RR? Oh, that goes on the windshield, whatever that is. I don't even know what that is. What is RR? Just out of my curiosity. It goes in the middle of the windshield here. There's SS. Where is RR? Where is double R? SS, TT, QQ. I can find every letter on each side of R but the RR. Does it even exist? Am I blind? What is going on here? QQ, SS. Where's RR? I don't even think this is a real thing. Well, forget it. I'm sure you guys, can you guys see RR on there? I'm sure you already found it. It's instead of find Waldo, it's find RR. Anyways, it goes on the windshield anyway, so I'm not gonna be able to do that. What we do need though is H, which is the front grille. Oh my goodness, oh, there's RR. It's just a red dot. What is that? What even is that? I don't even know what that is. Anyways, what I need now is H. Where is... Wow, I'm very bad at this game. Where is H? It should be... Oh, here it is, right here. Let me get that going also. And then, so that's, H and E. Where is, what is E? It's another grill. Oh, E is the big one. Oh, I think we'll save that. Yeah, E is this big one that wraps around the front. We'll save that one. What is the big one on the back? It is J. Actually, where's Q? Q. I just saw, that's way up in there. I think we'll wait on that. Where is J at, though? Let's see if we can get that. Oh, my goodness. This is a nightmare, right? Oh, here's J. I'm going to get this one as the bigger one to do first. This goes on the back, across the back. It's the Quick Lube Plus decal here. Sponsorship, whatever it is. Come on, you can do it. All right, you go in there. Okay, now let's see if we can get these guys going. Wow, this water is cold. Oh, man, yeah, it is. See, it's pulling that yellow, that kind of yellow color off with it. Let me slide this on here and we'll take a look at what this is going to look like. I don't think you're seeing it. When it came off of the sheet, it kind of had a hazy yellow look to it. Still kind of does, doesn't it? What else was on this one? Number 3. Let me go ahead and do that. Well, I'll save that. Let me get the other headlight. Let me see if you guys can see what I'm talking about. See how the yellow haze, if I hold it over the white, maybe you can see it. That yellow haze, and then see the light blue behind it? That's the color I was talking about. It should be. So these might have a little bit of haziness to them. Yeah, let's see. I'm wondering if that's gonna, I wonder how bad it's gonna look. Let me get these lined up and in place, and then we'll take a little better look at it. We'll probably have to let these complete. Yeah, I think we're going to be able to see. Well, I don't know. Well, if it's going to have that kind of yellow haziness to it. You can see how dirty. Here's just a little bit of the water that's come from it and how kind of dirty it is. I don't know. There might have been some kind of technique to take care of these before. I don't know. Well, we're just going to go with it. I mean, if it turns out too bad, it seems like once the water's drying up from behind it, like when I rub it out, it clears up a little bit. We'll see how it looks. And if it looks too bad, we can always, like I said, we can always destroy the body. Let's go ahead and put these 3s on the back, and they just kind of sit right kind of where the tail light should be. I'm going to use my X-Acto to place these, or try to at least. Probably should have pulled it off the sheet with the X-Acto. Get off my finger. There we go. And then you can just, this is how I like to do it. You can just kind of use your X-Acto to place it where you need it. Where do they go again? Yeah, just kind of right here. There's a hole right there. Is there something supposed to go there? I don't know what that, I'm gonna have to look and see. And then let me straighten this out first. And a lot of times I'll very carefully use my X-Acto to move it around. Can you guys see what I'm doing? So I'll use my X-Acto very carefully because you can easily scratch these. But I'll use the X-Acto to kind of, the point of the X-Acto to kind of move them around, get them where I want them. The other thing you can do, instead of pulling off on your finger, I kind of just slide it right off the edge. Let me know how you guys do this. I'm always wanting to hear better ways of doing things. But then I just pull it off with the X-Acto. And then, because a lot of times these things, you get them stuck to your finger. You know, you're fighting it from finger to finger, and it becomes a nightmare. So again, I'm going to very carefully, and if it doesn't want to move, always just touch the water on there. See if we can get it to slide now. There we go. I think that's about where that should be. I mean, I guess technically you get a little ruler out and whatnot, but I always just eyeball these things. And then we have this front grill that goes right up in here. See if we can get that. Sometimes with these long ones, these long skinny ones, what I'll do is you can pull it off, like bring the paper, the backing to it, hold the one side and then pull the paper out, and then there you go. You got it stuck. Hopefully you guys could see what I just did there. Oh, except normally you want to put it where it's supposed to go. Well, I think I was way low. Where does this go? Yeah, it's supposed to be up here. way up here. I've kind of missed. Yep, right. I think that's pretty good right there. And then what we'll do, everything does seem to have a bit of a yellow or tan or kind of creamy haze to it. We'll see how that works out. What I'll also do though is once this once these fully cure, I've got some decal fix, some Vallejo decal fix. So let it fully cure and then use a nice clean soft brush, or I'll use a nice clean soft brush and I'll go over top of it with the decal fix, and that'll really makes it wrap and form around your different shapes that those decals are on. I definitely recommend doing that. Get some of this off of there. Let's put this big back decal, and I'll try to show you kind of what I did with the grill. So again, if we just kind of pull it off the edge a little bit, I want to make sure I don't hit my number 3s is the only problem. So I'll kind of get it started off the edge. Can you guys hopefully see what I'm doing? Put that down and then just pull the paper out. So then it kind of falls onto the surface that you're trying to place it. And then you just very carefully move it into position, getting all the kind of wrinkles. You gotta be real careful because these things will rip too. So you gotta be real kind of careful with it. So there I've got a fold. This D has a fold in it. It wrapped underneath. So I'm gonna try to get under here with my X-Acto. There we go. Yeah, and you can really see some of this yellow. It's mainly just in the water though. It's kind of weird. I haven't dealt with this before. Okay, so I've got a fold here on the corner of where the Q kind of is. There we go. Get that to unfold. Let me pull it over. And then again, I just kind of tap out and push out all the water that's underneath once I have it where I want it, which I think is going to sit right on the edge of this bumper. It's giving me my straight line. Pull that right side down a little bit. Just like that. That's kind of how I do it. I don't know. Let me know what you guys do. Now I can probably move that 3. I'm not crazy about this 3 on the left. It looks crooked to me. So I'm going to put some water on it. See if we can get that to move for us. Yep, there it goes. I'm going to move it up off of the quick loop. That looks better. I like that a little better. You can kind of use that body line on the 3s to make sure they're the same height. I'm going to move that one up. Basically, there's a body line that runs right here. I'm putting it right down the middle of the 3 to help me hopefully get them somewhat lined up and down. Anyways, that looks pretty good. We'll see how they dry up as far as, with the especially with all kind of the yellowing of the background. Can you guys see now now we have the blue color we were talking about? So whatever, I don't know if it's sun or heat or just age, what does that to these decals, but it's definitely causing some issues. Okay, let's see. What can we do next? Let's do, you know what? No, I was going to say let's do the big 3. You know what? Let's do the hood. Where did I put the hood? Does that decal fit? Which one goes on the hood? It is, I think that's a U. Oh, it's this one here. Okay. Does that fit or does it run across? No, I think it's going to fit just on the hood. I didn't know if it would run across onto the fenders or not. That's what I'm trying to look at. It looks like it's going to fit. We can just place it on the hood, but I need to put that GM in first. Where's the T GM? That's the big one here. Let's do that. In fact, let's get all of these going here. So this is the big GM logo that's going to go on the hood. Let me move the body out of the way while we do this. So there's the GM. We've got a GM. We've got this good wrench. Which one was it? It was U, which is this one here. So let's go ahead and get that over here like so. And then we've got the little service with the bow tie. Where is that one at? That one is a V. Yeah. We'll throw that in. And that's everything that goes on the hood. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention also, we had talked about the hood pins. There are little chrome pieces here, somewhere on this. Yeah, here they are. These little bitty chrome pieces. But these are latched hood pins. And no matter what scene we do with the car, I want the hood off. So obviously the hood pins would be unlatched. So I'm thinking about, I don't think I'm going to put those in. I think I'll just paint these little circles, the little holes or circles or whatever here and on the on the trunk lid. I'm just going to paint them silver or chrome, not chrome. I'm going to paint them aluminum. And I think that will look better than having this sitting on the side with hood pins with the pins in. That doesn't make any sense, right? So anyways, I just wanted to mention that. Let's see, are any of these? Yeah, it's taking a little while. These things are a little on the crusty side for sure. That's one of the crapshoots you take when you buy, even like that sealed kit, the Havoline, the Texaco Havoline car that I showed you. That model, I bought it sealed. It was original, never been opened. You still run the risk just from age and from them sitting wherever they're being stored of the decals not being good. Luckily, that entire car is good. Well, at least I think it is. It's a crapshoot with the moldings of them, to be honest with you. But as far as the decals and all that, it's good. So we might do that one at some point in time as a nice, pretty, pristine kind of, almost like a, what would you call it? Like a one that's, what do you call it? Where do you call it? A museum, like a museum piece. For the life of God, I could not come up with that word. So like a museum piece. Anyways, I just placed the GM on there. Can you see how dirty this water is making the water? That's from that, whatever, the yellow. I don't know if it's the paper breaking down, the glue itself breaking down, whatever they use. I don't know. But I'm going to go, it goes way, in fact, it shows it all the way at the edge, way up here at the edge of the hood. So I'm going to go there. And now my concern, I'm hoping this good wrench fits just on the hood and doesn't like overlap, but we're about to find out. If it does overlap, I'm gonna have to bring the body over and we'll put the hood on. Oh, there you go. See these old crusty ones, you gotta be really careful. So it just ripped on me. It's all right. Let's go right to the edge. I think it's gonna well, no, it's like right on the edge, isn't it? So I'm going to go. Man, these are, you can really see. It's definitely has a little haze around the decals. I'm always wondering if we should have just left it like an unpainted car or an unsponsored car. Or done our own, I mean, we've been doing this as the Dale Earnhardt. Boy, this goes right to the edge of the hood. We could have just had a black car unsponsored, or we could have done our own. Not actually had it a Dale Earnhardt car, just done all new decals for it, or not even decals. Done something on our own, of our own. Let me let that, that's right. That's actually touching. I need to bring that down a little bit. It is right. It goes right to the edge of the hood. And what I'll end up probably doing with this one, because there is obviously that outside piece, outside the H, outside the G, that is kind of hanging over. I can try to touch that down and see if we can get that. I'll also try it with the decal fix to get it to where it stays, where it's not kind of flapping up. I want to make sure this rip gets put back together. There we go. And if not, I can, if I can't get that to work, I can just trim it once this is completely taken care of, as far as drying and decal fix and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. We're gonna see how that works out. Can you guys see how you can see the clear part of the decal around? I don't know. We'll see how See how it works out. Anyways, let's get the service and the bow tie on here. Yeah, look at all. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah. There's probably a technique to this that I don't know. As far as how to clean these, I guess it would be. If you know, please let me know. Please tell me down in the comments. Because future, I'd like to know how to fix this up. I mean, otherwise, it does actually looks really cool. I don't know. It's such an iconic, like that hood is so iconic. You know, the Goodwrench, the Dale Earnhardt hood, the black, just that chrome or gloss black, and the black. It came out. It looks really good to me. Anyways, let me set that aside now, and then I think what we'll do. Let me see. Should we try to? Let's try to wrap this front end. Let's see how this is going to work out. I want to do all these little kind of doodaddy ones. I can do those on my own time. Let's do something that maybe you can laugh at me about when this goes really wrong. Let's see. We'll have to just be very careful because, like I said, these things are pretty crusty. I think I've been keeping them since I bought it. They've been in an air-conditioned closet and whatnot. So I don't know if they would get in worse condition or if, like a year from now, if we had tried to do this, they would be unusable. I don't know. But I think we'll do that. And I think what we'll do together at the same time, too, let's do the big number 3 on the hood. I mean, this is the most literally iconic one of the most iconic. It's definitely the most iconic. I don't even say one of them, but probably the most iconic number in NASCAR. This big number 3. So let's go and put that in there because we'll do that together also, so we can see that get done. Get that on there. Like so. Let those soak up. Yeah, and all these other little ones, obviously we don't even need the ones for the tires. We don't have any tires. But all these other little ones, I'll do on my own time or in between episodes. What's kind of neat is they also have these, I've never seen this before, but they have tire rub decals where you can make it look like, they've been, rubbing is racing, right? Where they've been bumping each other down the straightaway or whatever. So you got the tire marks that you can put on the side of the car. That's kind of cool. I mean, maybe we could use those. We'll see how these decals work out. I mean, I don't know how well they would show on a black car. I guess you'd have to put them across other decals so you could even see it, really. But maybe that's something we could do. I've never done them before. But then, so we're going to finish this up. I think we'll do the big number 3, the thing up front. We'll see how those look, see how they turn out. Tomorrow, what I think we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start building out the diorama. Is that what you call it? The scene. So I'm going to have to figure out some jack stands. I don't know what I don't have any. I don't know if I can I might be able to we might be able to make something out of some sprue that looks jack standy. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I'll figure out what we're going to do for that, where it's going to be sitting on some stands, and kind of start deciding on how we want to make that look. Because it's going to be that way, whether it's what are we going to say? Infill beaten or not. So we're going to have to do that. And I think we'll do that tomorrow. We'll get that finalized. How are these decals coming here? I want to get these 2 done before we go today, though, because I kind of want to see what they're going to look like, how it's going to turn out. So stick with me just a few seconds here while these get prepared. We're almost there. I don't want to rip this one like I did the one on the hood. The one on the hood came back together pretty well. You can't see the rip in it. Let me get under. Where's the light for you guys? You can't see the rip in it at all. They do kind of go back together pretty well if you do that. But I'd rather not rip this one because it'd be much more difficult. Let me bring the body over. Let's see how these. So these are kind of drying up. Yeah, you can see the haze. You can see kind of a little bit of haze behind this light. It's not that bad, but I mean, it's really not that bad. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think. I'm starting to with the way these decals are going, I might make the executive decision of destroying it a little bit. Let's see. Is this? Yeah, here we go. So this can be a little tough because it's got to wrap around the shape. So I'm going to try and just pull it off the bottom if I can, like this. But I don't want to rip it. These things are, fragile now. How old they are. Just very carefully. Oh boy, yeah, I'm making a mess of this. I can get that back. Let me just get it off. There we go. Bring it on down. Now I got to get, what is that? I think it says Monte Carlo. I got to get that unfolded there. Sometimes I can just roll it back out on my thumb. Yeah, these big ones are a pain in the butt just to begin with. And it's double bad when they're 30-year-old, whatever these are. I mean, yeah, 30-year, yeah, I guess they're 30-year-old decals. It's even worse. Now, very carefully, I'm going to try. Yeah, it's starting. You can see it's starting to want to rip on me right there. So I need to be real careful. When I move that, I'm going to move it with both fingers because I need to slide it around that way. Hopefully, you guys can see. I need to unfold it. It needs to come further. I can just center the Monte Carlo. Should pretty well tell me where this needs to be from that aspect, from left to right aspect. Where is this falling? Yeah, they go right to the edge too, also. And I need to come right down to the edge. Let me it'll start to dry out on you. I just try to touch some more water on it. That's the only thing I know to do, really. These are drying out really quick. I mean, they're super crusty. Yeah, I've got this rip that's wanting to come in. It's because it's folded under right here. There we go. And then folded under on this side of the rip. Okay. Now, let's see if we can get those to that rip to close up. That's most important. Don't want that to show. I don't want a little bit, I don't want any black showing right there where that just started to rip on us. I can get that over. I don't know. I think it's looking okay. Again, so this is, remember we had that piece we glued in back here, this grill, and it's not really sticking. That's where the decal fix will really come in. I'll come over it with decal fix, kind of soak it back in there. Now you do have to be careful. I have done it before, and it had so much of a shape that it rips the decal. It tries to form over such a heavy, complex shape, it'll rip the decal. I forget what it was I was doing just recently. It was that little Senna go-karting. If you go back and watch if you haven't seen it, the one where I did it was a little go-kart that Ayrton Senna was driving, or is driving. Yeah, one of those decals did exactly that. And again, it's an older kit that had older decals in it. The number plate on it kind of ripped. I think that's the best we're going to do. So I'm going to let that dry up. I'll use the decal fix to really get that to mold in around there. But that, I don't know. That's all right. It's not awful. Where's the hood? Looks kind of cool. Yeah, I'm all right with that. Let's go ahead and put the 3 on the top. And let's see, it goes this way, right? Let's see. We'll just slide it right off on there like so. Wonder if I pull that up and kind of wipe it. I don't know if that's really, I don't think that really helped anything. So we'll just place it down. Go with what we got. I guess if we end up doing some infill damage to it, it would have made it dirty anyway. So maybe we can kind of hide if this haze stays. Is that how this goes? How does this? It goes way back there. It goes kind of like, just trying to match how they have it. I think something like that. You can really see the haze on this one. See inside the 3. So let's see how that works out. Hopefully, maybe it'll go away when it dries up. I don't know. We'll see. I doubt it, but we might get lucky. I just want to smooth this out as best I can. Get the bubbles of water out from underneath it. And basically, I just hold with one finger and then pull away from that finger in the other direction. That makes sense. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool to do. I've never done a Dale Earnhardt. By the way, I've never been a Dale Earnhardt fan. I don't have anything against the man himself. I wasn't a fan when I was a kid. I was not a fan of his as a driver because I didn't like the way he drove. I didn't like the whole intimidator. I don't know. I found it. I was an F1 fan, an Indy fan, where there's rules to driving, there's etiquette to driving. I don't know, right? In NASCAR, you just bang the heck out of each other. And as a kid, I would watch it going, "Where's race control? What's going on here?" And he was obviously, the best at that. And I will say it that way. He was the best at intimidating. I mean, right? He was called the Intimidator. But I didn't like that style. As a kid, I didn't like that style of driving. I understand it now as an adult. But as a kid, I hated it. And so I didn't really like him. Not him. I didn't like him as a driver. I don't know him, or I didn't know him. He's not around anymore, but I never knew him. So I don't hold anything against him personally. I'm the same way, like Logano. What are you doing at Daytona, man? But I don't have anything against Logano the man, anything. I'm just like, dude, you got the fastest car in the whole, on the track. Why, what are you doing? Like, just a smidge. And by the way, I am the guy that will preach. If you see a hole, you should take it. You should take it. But this is Daytona. This is what do you call it? Large speedway racing. I can't think of what you call it. Whatever the hell you call it. You can't do that. This isn't short track racing. This isn't road racing. It's going around in a circle at nearly 200 miles per hour racing with a giraffe that you have that can push you across the whole track. You can't do that. You can't do that. Now don't get me wrong. Stenhouse threw an incredibly late block. I don't know. What are you doing? I mean, he threw a late block and then it just all went to silly. At that point, I don't even know. Who do you blame? You see the flames come out of Logano's car. He completely lifted once that late block was thrown. But then it just kept going. It's like I don't know what goes through their brains. I really don't. Like neither one of them wanted to give up or something. And then it's whatever. And then somehow, I don't know how it happens, but if a car wrecks, Kyle Larson's in the middle of the pack. He got marred back in the middle of the pack all race. He's driving his way forward just a little bit. Finally, he was making his way forward. You have a wreck. I think it was Bell. Gets spun, goes all the way around the whole pack. Nails Kyle Larson. That's just how it works. Like it misses all these other cars. No, I'm like, all right, whatever. You're never getting one, buddy. It's just how it's going to go. But anyways, I just want to thank you guys for joining me. I'm going to finish doing the decals, putting all these decals on. Tomorrow, I think we'll start laying this out as a diorama. What's the right word for that? I guess diorama. So that I'm going to have to figure out the jack stands like I was saying. But we'll do that tomorrow. We'll get together and figure that one out. I want to cut this one off now. I don't want to bore you guys with doing all the rest of the decals. So thanks for joining me. Hit the like button, leave the comments, hit the subscription, do all those things you do for YouTube, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.